Well, we could fill a book on that. There's been everything. There's a lot of. We found some dead bodies in there. There was one instance which sticks out in my mind of um, somebody that beat up kidnapped a guy from a young boy from Fall River, from in Somerset at a dance, brought him out to the state forest, beat him up, and buried him alive. Weren't able to find. They stole his boots. Weren't able to find him for 3 days. Found him buried under leaves. Unfortunately, it was so cold it frost, and he had to have his legs cut off below the knees. But he survived. But that was pretty. That one sticks out in my mind quite a bit. That was a pretty horrible case, and we knew it was cold, and we knew he was in the state forest, and we were up against the clock trying to find him. A lot of activity. It seems like the ledge, which is about a 60-foot drop, stone ledge off into the water. A lot of homicides, a lot of suicides. You know, people going off there, from jumping off there to maybe pushed off there, from cars being dumped off the ledge and flying down over there. So many weird things happen in that forest that it's eerie. One thing stuck out in my mind, which bothers me to this day, was we got a call, and there was an infant body of a baby, no more than 24 hours old, that was died. It was died of exposure because it was just dumped in the garbage in the Freetown State Forest. And we investigated that, and we had a suspect, but was unable to solve that crime. That really bothers me to this day. That infant was left there alive to die throughout the night. Other weird things were we found a cross with bindings on it, where it appeared someone was bound to a cross. There was bloody underwear at the base of the cross. Huge cross. I mean, made by 4x4s, probably 8 or 10 foot high, about 6 foot across the beam. And the weirdest thing, one of the strange things was at that time in Dartmouth, there was a unsolved homicide in Dartmouth, and the investigator detective over there brought in a psychic investigator. She was a psychic from New Jersey who was used by a lot of police departments and so forth. And so he called me, and he said, Alan, you have a lot of weird things happen over there in the state forest, and I get this psychic over there. You know, we could bring it over there to see if she gets any feelings from the forest. So as soon as she got near the state forest, she said, "Get me out of here. I see devil worship." I say, "Satanic activity." And this is way before we had any of this indication of Satan. And she said, "This is devil. This is evil place. Get me out of here." And she left. She was frightened. And I said, like, well, what a crackpot she is, you know. And then within a year or two, we started having all these cults and satanic activities in the forest. And, you know, I wasn't sure if she predicted it or if she caused it, but it was true. No, she didn't cause it. I was just joking. But she was right on the money with that. And the strangest things happened there. I mean, a lot of things escaped me because it was so much and so often. But you hear stories from ghosts in there, to strange animals, to weird birds, to aliens and UFOs. Some of it believable, some of it not. But after doing this for all, I was a police officer, and I was learned to deal with only in facts. But the older I get, and the more investigations I've done, it's like I'm not saying I'm a total believer, but the jury's out. I'm not. Some of the things that happen weird, I really don't know.